Well, welcome back. Welcome back to Business Woman Chronicles. Oh, we have a time today. We are going to have a spectacular guest today that's going to blow your mind. I was looking at my comments and I saw how they were saying, oh, she just want women on her show to stroke her feelings. Hey, I got something for y'all men today. I have a spectacular businessman who is going to give us women that's in business some great golden nuggets. Y'all know that's my saying, those golden nuggets. I don't want anybody on my show that's not bringing golden nuggets. But we have Kevin, aka KP, who is going to give us some great advice as businesswomen, great advice how to conduct ourselves as women. I don't know if I'm gonna take the whole advice, but we're gonna see who anybody. Hey, just joking. But he's gonna give advice to men and how men think in business to help us women with our chronicles that we go through in business. Let's rock and roll, baby. Tune in, do your thing, and do me a favor, subscribe. Yes. We are back. We are back. And as I said, Kevin P. KP is going to give us some great nuggets. I am so elated to have you on the show today. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, Kevin?
Absolutely. First off, Delisha, it's an honor to be on your podcast. You've got a lot of interesting comments. So, anyways, again, my name is Kevin Polite. I am the owner of Unique Image Beauty Supply, located here in Arlington. I It's pretty interesting. It's a solid blessing to be on this show because there's a lot of things that actually come to mind when I think of this podcast. But yeah, I do own a beauty supply store, and a lot of women go in and out of the store. That is one thing, that's for sure. So that's that.
Yes, they do. They come out of your store, and I am one of them. Yes. I
Thank
got
you.
some good hair out of there. Yes, we got to support each other. I believe in Black Girl Magic, Black Wall Street, all that good stuff. I believe. And the thing we're going to do on the show today, our topic is, does your environment affect you?
Wow.
And you know, Kevin, I had all these comments. Again, I'm going to go back to the comments. A show about the woman and how she carries herself and all that. And you supply the resources for women to have that inner beauty. It's one thing to have that outer beauty,
Yep.
but it's a whole nother ball game, baby. When you got the in and the outer beauty. I don't toot my own horn, but toot.
Yeah.
I'm a very confident woman. I look in the mirror. If I like me, I love me. So I'll always go to your store and I buy lip gloss, I buy hair, I buy anything that I feel that's going to enhance my beauty.
And I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you. So what advice as a businessman can you give men and women?
Wow. Well, first comes to mind is, first of all, feel good about yourself.
Mm.
The last thing you want to do is try to accomplish something and you don't even feel good about yourself, nor do you have a plan. Having a plan is probably one of the first things that comes to mind, Alicia. When these women come to the store, obviously they have a goal. They have either, and it's crazy. You have women that have interviews, or
Yep.
women that just want to look good every day. There's women that just go in there because it's what they do, and it helps build their confidence, and which is great. But to answer your question, as a woman, in my perspective, I feel that women have the advantage when they feel good about themselves. That's the
right.
number one thing. But it's a powerful movement. I mean, just a smile, knowing that you look good, just a smile will probably influence a lot of people in the business industry.
Absolutely. So, what made you, as a man? I know money is good. That's good in getting into the business
Mhm.
and the beauty industry.
Right.
But what made you say one day? What was that light bulb to say, "Hey, I'm gonna open up a darn beauty supply"?
Can I tell you a reason? It's because I had a friend of
Please.
mine that told me that my competitors, or now my competitors, was treating certain women rude. And there was a lot of people saying that we're the number one customer and we're getting treated a certain way.
Mm,
So based off my
mm.
business ethics, I just thought that customer service alone will just overdo what my competitors can do. And so far I've been blessed. Again, I would love to have more and more customers. So please come see me at Unique Image Beauty Supply. My name is Kevin Polite again. Shout out to all the workers that I have, man. I appreciate y'all.
And the customer service, I can vouch.
Yeah.
I can vouch. Because I'm not going to put nothing in my name. I'm not going to put my name on nothing that ain't right. That's not right. When I went into your store, I received great customer service.
Did they greet you when you walked in?
They greeted me when I walked in.
Do you know what that does to a person when they say hello to somebody?
That's the first thing.
And so that's almost the law in my store.
I love it.
The person when they come into to the store, they're greeted. They say hello, and so that is all automatic. Like, wow, that's weird. They greeted me. Yeah. No one greets me, and so I just felt like, hey, if someone just has hello to someone, it just motivates that person to continue shopping more and also to feel at home.
That's right. Absolutely. Because I almost spent all my electric bill money on that hair because I got greedy when I walked in there. So I was like, dang, I want that $100, but I came in here on this $60.
Right.
But that greeting will make you go in your pockets.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're a boss like me and you. If you know that your client, that's our money, period. Yeah. The customer's always right, all that, blah, 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 blah. But when you are greeted, and as a customer, if you're treated good, and we know as bosses to treat our clients good, that's A1. It makes them just want to give all the money up. I told you, I almost spent all my electric bill money. I just made arrangements. Can I pay you next week for what?
Right.
But I just so appreciate you being on the show. And I have another question for you.
Of course.
In business, when you're dealing with male and female, what advice can you give to business women out there how to conduct themselves in business to seal that deal, to get what they want, whether it's a contract, whether it's that one client, whatever? What is your advice to women that you can give from a man's perspective?
Check up from the neck up.
A
lot of people have problems. Everyone have problems. I have problems. You have problems. Everyone has problems. But
say that again. Check up from the neck. Say that one more time.
Check up from the neck up.
I'm still lad. Check up from the neck up. Okay, I'm sorry.
If you have the ability to put your problems aside and know that, hey, everyone has a task. Your task was to do what you have to do, influence someone to say yes to, and get the contract, what you have to do, whatever you have to do. Check up from the neck up. When you get in front of the task, you just let everything go behind you and you follow what you need to do.
Absolutely.
And to have that type of skill set, it's not taught. You could be told. You could be told all about it. Because I can tell you right now, if you have problems,
Kevin. Oh.
If you have problems right now, everyone has problems. Just know everyone has problems. And it's crazy. There's a song that's going in my head, but they need to see you smile. If they see the smile, almost fake it till you make it, but it's really not the case because the problems are really there. But no one deserves to feel and see your problems.
That's right.
And so I just think that if a person has the skill set to still smile, even though bad things are happening at home, bad things are happening at another location, or someone's said something about you that made you feel bad. But if you can have that checkup from the neck up and literally smile, complete the task, do what the task you want to do, and make it go your way. I mean, that's a killer, man.
That's a gift. Today's a new day. Hey, and there is no sunshine. Hey,
that's it.
Hey, even though I have problems, I smile. Shout out Kirk Franklin. Hey, but anywho, in my mind, I thought that's what you were thinking about when you said smile. That was spectacular advice. Check up from the neck up. I'm still in that from you.
You can take it where you want to take it.
I'm still in that saying.
But it's real though. I mean, I can't say that no more. I have women that I'm surrounded by women. I have women that work for me and women who work for me in my other location. It's a shame how you could be at work and just be frowning and know that something's wrong. If that energy is just transferred to the next person, you wonder why someone keeps saying, "What's wrong? What's wrong? What's
Yeah.
wrong?" You don't want you don't want to be around a person that says, "What's wrong? What's wrong? What's
Every
wrong?"
time, exactly.
I mean, it's just if you bring out positive vibes, positive energy, despite of what other people say, do, think about you. If you put out positive vibes, man, eventually they're going to start hating on you and just say, "Hey, man, what's wrong? That person's always in a good mood."
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, and so when I think of you, you're a prime example. And I'm not saying, yeah, problems don't have problems, but every single time a person sees you, I don't know too many people knows to see you in a bad mood. I don't think so.
They don't have that privilege,
Yeah.
Kevin. Kevin, they don't have that privilege.
Yeah.
In business, we are the brand. When we walk out our door,
Yep.
if I look in the mirror and I say today is a day off. The latest tragedy that I experienced in my life was losing my best friend and my grandfather,
Yeah.
who was like my dad to me. And it's times I had to sit back, talk to God, stay in the house, because it was nobody privilege. It's not their privilege to say, "Oh, Delisa had an attitude," or "Delisa did the A, B, C, and D," or
Right.
whatever. Most people are going to get the genuineness in me. I don't fake it till I make it. If you don't like what I do, put some on it. Now, if a sponsor say cover your cleavage up, I wear a turtleneck for that.
Right.
But just some random person with an opinion at the house, somebody cover your cleavage up. I done invested over $10,000 in my
Right.
business. I'm going, if the sun out, cleavage out. It's
Right.
however I feel. But I won't go to church like that.
Right.
I want, and that's the difference between a man and a woman. Men, I do believe men rule the world, but it couldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. I believe that.
Okay.
And women do have to conduct themselves in a certain manner, and so do a man. I wouldn't go to church with my cleavage out, but if I want to sit on my show with my cleavage out, I won't go to a business meeting with my cleavage out.
Right.
But if I want to sit on my show or in my office that I paid for,
Right.
I can have my cleavage. Being a business owner, we have a certain freedom. And then we have to be cognizant of our surroundings
Correct.
and what we have to do.
Correct.
So what advice can you give women as a man on things that come out of a man mind? If you want to do business with this person, what do you look for, or what do you think a man look for to do business with a woman?
Well, first off, I need to be careful what I say.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, look, I'm straightening my sexy dress up and I'm looking.
So there is nothing wrong with expressing yourself. You can express. I mean, I have different type of clothing. I mean, hell, I choose to dress a certain way when I'm in certain atmospheres, and I choose to dress a different way when I'm in another atmosphere. There's nothing wrong with that. But to answer your question, to me, it's all about first impression. So and no one could take that away from me because that's my impression.
That's
If
right.
I'm gonna make a decision, especially if I'm an owner and I gotta make executive decisions, first impression is gonna influence my decision. So even as a woman or a man, you want others to perceive you a certain way. And that's your decision on how you want to do it.
Mhm.
And I've got certain scenarios where I could think of when, to give you an example, someone wanted to interview for a job and the person didn't come correct. And the atmosphere requires someone to, if you're a multi-million-dollar company, you're trying to get an interview, you get a job, you need to dress like you're part and you're a part of that position, like you qualify. That's
right.
a good word, qualify.
That is.
So qualify yourself on what you want to achieve. Qualify yourself on the atmosphere, what your surroundings. You need to just qualify your just everything. I mean, that's really what it is. You just got to qualify.
I like that word.
Yeah.
In taxes, and y'all know I'm the best tax preparer in DFW. In taxes, we have that saying called qualify. You have to, for a person to claim a person on your tax return, you have to qualify. In a relationship status, it has to be your child, it has to be your little cousin, it
Yeah.
has to be a niece or nephew. You have to qualify.
Right.
You have to qualify for residential. Did that person stay with you long enough?
Right.
Like, you know, it's real. It's
Yeah.
real. And I'm saying that to say, if someone wants to be an exotic dancer, they won't wear a nurse.
Right. You got to qualify.
You gotta qualify.
Mhm.
So they're required to have cleavage. Well, way more than cleavage out, but you know
Mhm.
what I mean. That's a qualification. Then you have a person to qualify if you want to go be a pastor's wife.
Right.
It's a qualification for that. Just like you said, in the environments. How do you adjust to that environment, to that atmosphere that you're walking into?
Mhm.
That was spectacular what you said. That was absolutely great.
Yeah.
So the advice that you gave is y'all need to qualify. And the fact that this my show, what's your name? Talking about why my Charles Bailey. This my show, and I can have my cleavage out. Because I qualify.
I was going to ask you why.
I don't know. He spoke on my thing. Why her cleavage out? Because it was.
Wow.
And I'll occur. Now, if you want to become a sponsor, Charles Bailey, if you got a business, we will be more than happy to announce your business on Businesswoman Chronicle for a fee.
Right.
And I might put on a shirt.
So let me ask you this, Delicia.
I know I'm thrilled. Kevin like, oh Lord.
So you know, there's women that are always trying to better themselves.
Absolutely.
And so, and I understand, you know, what you do in your podcast, but why do you think women are struggling getting the, I don't know, not necessarily tasks, but the careers that they're wanting?
They give up. They care too much about what others think.
Yeah.
They are dealing with low self-esteem issues that they're covering with BBLs. They're covered. Isn't that the body transfer stuff? Is that the right terminology?
Mm-hmm.
They're covering up with massive makeup, with hair. They're covering a lot of stuff up instead, and just when they just need to be them.
Right.
They need to genuinely look in the mirror and say, I'm happy with who I am. And whoever does not like who I am, that's their problem and not mine. It starts when you wake up in the morning for a woman.
Right.
When I look in the mirror, I'm happy about who I look at.
Right.
A lot of women cover a lot of stuff up also because they've done a lot of dirt. Guilt.
Mm-hmm.
I sleep well at night. The Bible says that a rich man may not sleep at night, will lose sleep. And it's not literally a rich man. What they're saying is they've done so much to get that money. They've hurt so many people to get that money. Dream and I was having a conversation the other day, and we were talking about you have to share. He said an analogy to me. It's not coming on right now, but it's about showing people you genuinely care. I don't like to, if I go to, I'm only saying I went to your store because it's business right now.
Right.
I had a wonderful time. I'm boosting you up, not me.
Right.
I genuinely care about people. You can't take advantage of me now, but I genuinely care about people. And sometimes people don't genuinely care about people. They only have a self motive.
Mm-hmm.
They're self motivated. They don't care just long as I get the money, just long as do this person really need this? I've told people before, and I'm going to let you talk. I told people before, if you're happy with your tax preparer, if you got your tax returns every time, if they didn't do you wrong, stay with them.
Yeah.
Because I care that you're continually getting you're good. I care that you're good.
Yeah.
So that's what I think a lot of women struggle with. They're not true and genuine to themselves from the heart, from the head, and from the belly.
So you think it's all in the brain, not by appearance?
It's not connecting. The brain might tell them, "Oh, I don't care about what people think," but their tummy telling them, "Girl, you don't look all that good," or their heart is telling them, "You know what you did last night. You know you shouldn't have did A, B, C, and D." Instead of repenting, forgiving themselves, and moving on. Maybe I do that too much. I'll be like, excuse me, Lord. And I'm back at it.
Yeah.
The joy of the Lord is my strength.
Right.
So I believe they're not whole. They're half women.
Yeah.
They're not 100%. They want men to take care of them. and they're not whole. They're not, a whole woman is not coming to a whole man.
Right.
It's not 50-50. It's two wholes coming together to be bonuses of each other's lives. But as you said, women aren't genuine with themselves.
And, you know, the crazy thing is, you know, I read a research about executive women who are executives. You know, a lot of them are not the most beautiful women in the world. They're typically, you know, of course, you have a picture of a certain executive and they dress this person as like the most beautiful woman in the world, but the most successful ones are the ones that have a pride about themselves, good self esteem, and, you know, of course, they take care of themselves. It's really not the beauty. And, you know, I mean, in which no one wants to be ugly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say that because, you know, how someone looks and feels about themselves is everything. But even if you're want to have a career path to be an executive, the top level of a company, and they think that they can't do it because they're not as pretty as Becky, you know, it's really not about your beauty. It's all about your talent. It's all about your work ethic and reliability, to me.
Absolutely.
And so those traits are something that nobody could take away.
That's
and
right.
It can be taught. That's something that can be taught. But
so you said that. Okay.
That's something that can be taught. But I'm going to say this one sentence, and I know you got other things. Perception is reality.
Yes, it is.
And so if what one person consistently thinks about you, and that might be the one key that allows people not to get promoted, not to be the executive they want to be, or not get to the business or find a business partner or business loan or business anything, is all because of perception. Check up from the neck up.
In that order.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. I wanted to elaborate a little bit on what you said about being taught.
Yeah.
That took me back about being taught in entrepreneurship, because our topic is about environment, and that's what we elaborating on. I don't believe that a person can be, I believe a person can be taught anything. The steps, like you said, you can go to college and they can teach you.
Correct.
Go to work on time, be dependable, be responsible. But being an entrepreneur, you got to be, I'm still in Corey Hughes, born for business. You have to be born with this thing in your belly. Because when something is in your belly, I believe an entrepreneur is in their belly. They can have $0, but still their ideas, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, your ideas is your money, is your richness. You can have that idea and it explodes. It goes further than you would ever think.
Absolutely.
With the blessings and the trinkles of the Lord.
Absolutely.
But that one time, I don't believe in quitting. That's not an option in my life. That's like an ugly word. I don't believe, it's words that's not for, that I don't even allow into my space.
Yeah.
So when you say things you can be taught, but entrepreneurship, I definitely believe it has to be in you, not on you.
Yeah, you nailed that.
Neck up, check up.
Well, I'm telling you, man. And so it is funny you say that. I mean, the issues I think a lot of people have not getting to the next step is one word. And this is probably one of the hardest thing about being an entrepreneur. Even though you don't want to quit, you refuse to quit, even though you have what it takes to be a business partner or a business owner or whatever. But the one thing that most people struggle on is execution. Execution.
It is. The resources is, but that's when the enemy comes in and trying to stop what you have. And that's why I dearly, I believe, and I've been saying this my whole life, I believe in a mastermind team. Nobody can do this thing by themselves.
Were you scared?
To scare what? I ain't never scared.
Were you scared to execute your plan?
No, I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared. Only thing, I saw challenges in my resources, but I'm never scared. Only thing the challenges that I see, I'm a prideful woman. I don't like things for free because I think that everybody, oh, and you chose that one. Time is people's highest commodity.
Yeah.
I know I don't try. I treat people, and we gonna come back. When we come back, we gonna come back to them laws
Yeah.
of Businesswoman Chronicles.
Cool.
But our time is our highest commodity, and my time is my highest commodity. You can't pay for my time. No one can pay me enough to get 21 back or 15 back. There's no money in this world that can take you back to 15 years old or 16 years old. So that is my highest commodity. And I take people's time like that. Because everybody has a family to feed at the end of the day.
Right.
And some people forget that. And that has to be in you.
Wow.
To want to pay for someone's time and not waste their time. And I believe every entrepreneur that's born with it know that. They may not know how to articulate it, but that's why when you get that mastermind team, you like, okay, I got you this time, but you never know when that other entrepreneur, they come up in the world and they got you. Relationship is pertinent.
Yeah.
In when you're an entrepreneur.
Absolutely. Wow.
Well, Pippin ain't dead. They gonna comment on that too. I said it. Yeah. We're gonna come back with our wonderful Kevin, aka KP, aka Kappa Man. I love that he's a Kappa too. I love that. I love that. You know, when I give men compliments on shows, they like, oh, does she compliment her man? Boy, that's why he with me, back with me. Anywho, when we come back, we're gonna tackle the Businesswoman Chronicle laws. Dun, 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 dun. That's law. I don't know the words. You know, that's how we do. But we can't play the song because they won't play us on YouTube. But anyway, y'all know what we talking about. We'll see y'all when we get back. Businesswoman Chronicles. And we are back. I'm straightening it up. I'm straightening it up for you, Charles Bailey. So we are back with Businesswoman Chronicles. I tell you, this show is spectacular. We have a king on the show. Yes, and why they say, why you calling him a king? Black men are kings to me. Just to elaborate, if they are dealing with families, with great jobs, with businesses, their children, that's what make them a king. If you need to read it up, Google it. Google it. That's my own definition. But again, I so appreciate this king's time, for Kevin, KP, for coming onto the show, giving us women advice, us business women advice when we go through the chronicles that we experience, when sometimes we just don't know. We have to be open to receive information. And I love receiving information from a man's mind. I think men think on the left side, and they said some women think on the right side. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but I heard it. So, but I love to have information from a man coming from a man's perspective. A man that takes care of his family, a man that is in business every day, a man that is dealing with clients. Love it, respect it, and will absolutely compliment it. So, Kevin, yes, we're back.
Let's go.
Going for the laws. Boom, boom, boom. Let me put my phone out. Right. They know in the Women Chronicles, we have that music supposed to be playing. But that's law. I like that song by Yo Gotti. He says, he talks about laws or different laws in that nature. So I loved it. So I invented the laws in Businesswoman Chronicles, in business, period. Laws and rules that you have to go through yourself. So here are the 8 laws in business, and then Kevin is going to choose the law that he chose. Number 1, the law is time is your highest commodity. 2, no friends in business. 3, eliminate distractions. 4, own your ownership. 5, procrastination is our enemy. 6, faith over fear. 7, bold and beautiful. Last but not least, make money, make money. Make money, make money. Every time I think about that, I think about Dream, because he always trying to make money, make money. But anywho, that's the next subject. Which one did you choose?
Oh, man, you know, my first choice was time.
It was.
Now I'm going back to procrastination.
I mean, it's the enemy, Kevin.
it is horrible. I mean, like I am a full time sinner of procrastination, and I just it is a law. Like I know for a fact that I have tasks to do. I have to do this. I have to do this. And like part of it, it's I'm thinking of Gotzi's commercials when he says, "Are you that guy that goes to the gas station when you're on E?" And I'm like, I am.
That is so
I
funny.
really am. And and shout out to Gotzi, man. He's a brother of mine, man.
Hey,
He's a good
Godsey.
dude, man. And so you know, procrastination is the root of all evils.
Speak, brother.
I can't even explain on how that is probably my number one weakness. Time is very crucial. I mean, you can never take away time. So that is important. You gotta schedule your time, schedule what you're gonna do. And the one thing that a lot of people don't do is write things down.
Correct.
I'm really big on writing things down. You say
Me
that,
too.
but I still procrastinate. I mean, it's just I don't know. It just seems like, and I could probably be a better person, and I'm sure everyone else could be a better person. But
Absolutely.
when you put things to the side, knowing that you have a timeline, I think it's all the way from when it goes back to school. I mean, because I always got things done. I always got things done. I knew it. If I had a time, I even suffer the consequences if I have to stay up extra late, extra
Yeah.
hours. I just get the task done. Getting tasks done, that's not a problem. But procrastination, that's a problem. And it's something that I just wish that I didn't have. I know I do have, and I know if I was able to fix that problem, I could probably do bigger things in life. So that's one thing I would say to anyone that's listening. If you're a procrastinator like me, I'm not saying you will be successful or not be successful, but it is the root of all evils. I've known people who do things right exactly every single time. It's written down, it's on the calendar, they got sticky notes, and I hate sticky notes.
Everywhere.
I hate sticky notes. I mean, you can ask anybody that knows me. I hate sticky notes. And I always try to rely on my brain to tell me what to do, what not to do, and that's not the thing to do. And and that's typical me. There's other people out there in this world that are on point. And if that is not the problem, I mean, if you don't have a procrastination problem, I mean, I'm telling you right now, you could be the president of the United States of America. I mean,
oh, that can wait. Oh, I get to that tomorrow.
you see how easy it is to do that?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to. It doesn't hurt.
Especially as a business owner and an entrepreneur, it's our enemy.
Well,
that's the law. It's our enemy.
Well, time is everything to me.
It is.
All the way from family time to work time, getting tasks done, doing things that are non-negotiables. You got to get that stuff done. But knowing you have something else that's not due until a certain time, it is so easy to say,
yeah. I don't like to be told what to do. That's my career.
Well, that's part of it.
Yeah, I think I'll procrastinate if somebody tell me what to do that I don't respect.
Yeah.
Let me now. Somebody I know that they love me, genuinely love me for Delicia, all of me. All four of us.
Yeah.
If they love, it's because it's four of me. I got four personalities. So if they respect all me and actually want to learn who I am and genuinely love me, I'll do what they say so fast they head will spin. Somebody else can say, well, I told her that same thing. And she looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah.
Because your motive was to benefit you. You want to see me like this. You don't want to see me better me. You want to see me in the light that you desire to see me in, not the light that God made me to be in. I'm loud. I'm free-spirited. I'm happy all the time. Some people don't like my happiness, and it's okay. That's fine. No problem. But I make sure I do my business happy. I make sure that I give them, if someone doing their part, procrastination. Do you know on April 18th how many people called me trying to hurry up and do their taxes? I start charging a procrastination fee.
That's a good idea. I would be the biggest client because I filed on the last day.
procrastination fee. Because you done had this W-2 since January 31st
Yeah.
and you want to invade on my time. Now we're talking
Right.
about time. But
That's
yes,
horrible.
but
And I just thought about that. Like I filed the last day of the last day of taxing, the very last day
I was in Jamaica on that last
at 10
day.
o'clock at night. I confirmed. I said, okay, I'll do it. And all I had to do was put something on the phone on the phone to say confirm. Yeah, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
You're going to pay X amount of dollars, and it would have been done. It's just in my mind. It's
But there's
like
people. Yeah.
like you don't deserve this. So I mean, it's
Exactly.
just one of those things. But go ahead, I
Yeah,
apologize.
but I love I love your honesty with the
Yeah.
procrastination. She was like, ooh, that hit more of me. And I want the law. I came up with these laws because I want us as entrepreneurs to look at our weaknesses
Yeah.
and go back and look at our laws. I follow those 8 laws. I do my best to follow them. I've been doing it for about 5 years. I wrote them down a long time ago.
Really?
And I said, I need a law. I don't want rules because I don't like the word rules
Is there an exception?
to the laws.
Mm-hmm.
Not the 8 ones. No,
Okay.
no friends in business.
Okay.
Just because you my friend, you're not getting a discount.
Right.
Don't waste my time because you think I'm pretty and you just want to hang out with me.
Well, a friend, if
Don't.
you had a real friend, they would never disrespect your hustle as far as like a price or discount or anything
Shit.
like that. I can understand if you offered, but it's just out of respect. If any of my friends had a business and I needed their good and service, I'm gonna pay the price.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're my friend.
I've never came in your store and said, "Oh, can I get a discount for the wig?" I didn't go into I ain't gonna say that word, but I didn't go into another beauty salon.
Yeah, one of my competitors.
Yes, one of your
Yes.
I like that word because I was
Yeah.
going to say something else.
Yeah,
Bad
that's-
girl.
it's
I've never went into one of your competitors' stores and said, Ming Ling, can you give me a discount off a wig?
Right.
So why would I go into your store? But that's just my entrepreneur mind.
Yeah.
That's no friend. We're putting his friends aside. You have a product. I have it.
Right.
Are you going to purchase it?
Right.
That's just facts.
Right.
In my mind, that's facts.
So earlier you asked me, does your surroundings? You was talking about your environment.
Yes.
Does it affect me? And so,
will affect your business, your environment, all of that.
correct. Well, to me, I don't let the environment change me because I am who I am. So basically, kind of like they say, don't make the money, don't let the money make you. You make
That's
the
right.
money.
Players club.
I let this world revolve around me.
I know.
So, first off, I'm not going to let anyone, and pay attention, do not let anyone tell you what you can and can't do. Do not let anyone tell you that you can't do. You know, it's funny, the people who say you can't do it typically is like your family members.
Yes.
Did you know that?
That warm market.
I remember, and no names, but I just remember when I first said, hey, I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to open up a beauty supply store. You know what they hear? Or why?
Mhm.
And I had a reasoning, and I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'm definitely not the dumbest person. But when I had that first vision, when you have a vision,
Ooh, talk about
because
it.
the vision comes, and
That's
my
that
boy,
mutant in you. Go ahead.
when you have the vision comes from deep inside you. It might be a calling
Yes.
that God gave you, and you just got to even know to receive it or not.
That's right. Absolutely.
So when I opened up the beauty supply store, when I had the idea, and when someone said, "You're not going to do it, that's not going to work," that motivated me.
yes.
So there's a lot of things that motivate me and people, which is, a fear loss, fear God, whatever, competition, and money.
yes.
And when somebody said I can't do it, well, I got the wrong genes in my body. I don't even know what happened.
That's that
my
X-Men
mom
stuff.
gave me these genes. I don't even know how it all came together. But in entrepreneurship, you got these genes as well. It's just
That's right.
sizzling.
in
It's just
you.
going in your
Yes.
body. It's going.
You
But
can't
the
see it.
motivator is when someone says you can't.
Can't. Ooh, when they said it.
If someone says you can't do something, unfortunately, I have a gene in my body that says I bet you I will.
I bet you I will.
Yep.
I bet you won't.
So my surroundings is all, I think it's all due to me. I decided to walk in here. I decided to drive this location. Everyone, the world is going to revolve regardless, with or without you. So I make sure the environment doesn't affect what I need to accomplish for the day. Yet it might upset me. Things might come across.
Absolutely.
But
you don't.
At the end of the day, I'm still going to go to sleep.
I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
And that me and environment, I feel like when I walk in the room, the light come on. Joy is in the room.
Right.
Peace is in the room. Happiness is in the room.
Absolutely.
When I walk in, I rule the environment. The environment doesn't rule me.
Mhm.
And I have a scenario about, I don't know if you ever watched X-Men.
I have.
X-Men, you have humans and you have mutants.
Right.
And I've said this on other shows, but the mutants are the entrepreneurs. Because you said you articulated in your own way, but I understood it like it was no other when
Right.
you said when you walk into your environment.
Mhm.
And that's what some people are scared to be entrepreneurs. I've been to so many business conferences that I heard women say, oh, you know, I walked in the room, I just felt, I didn't feel right. I was shy, I was this, I was that, or whatever excuse they had. There is no excuse.
Mhm.
When I choose to walk into the environment, they better be happy I'm there.
Right.
I bless them with my presence, and they can bless me with their presence.
Absolutely.
And we about to rock and roll.
I feel the same way.
And if it's negative energy, bag. Give me 50 feet.
Hey.
Because we don't allow that. Our
Yeah.
gifts come together. When we came together, our gifts came together.
Mhm.
Oh, you own a salon? Oh, I do taxes. I Divine Business Services. I have my own company. I do notary. I help people get their LLCs. I help people do their franchise taxes. For everybody out there, it's coming up. If you've had your LLC for a year, they're coming for your franchise taxes. Contact me. So a little tidbit on form because it's that time. The quarterly taxes are running in. But you were a mutant, and in that movie, in X-Men, when the mutants came together, what did they do? Share their gifts.
Mhm.
Storm, she could make the sky do what he wanted to. Professor X can read people's brains. Wolverine, he had things coming out. He could fight. The little things coming out his hands.
Mhm.
Everybody had their own gift. But somebody told me, I ain't gonna say his name, in order that gift to be activated, it's like soap.
Yeah.
Dream told me this, y'all. I gotta give him his props. I'm not when you have that soap cannot be activated until it's put into water to cleanse your body. And that's the same thing being a mutant. When you come around other mutants, we activate our gifts. And we make magic.
Yeah.
And soap make bubbles and clean the body with the water.
So how do you know what gift you have?
Ooh, that's the vision you were talking about.
Yeah.
That's part of that vision. Only you and God know that. That's why you're unstoppable. I had the vision of Businesswoman Chronicles a long time ago. In order to execute it, I didn't have the money at the time. I'd been divorced. I was a single mama. And guess what I did? Guess what bill I paid every month? This cell phone bill. What was free? Facebook. So my ass went on there, clicked live, and I went live for a year in my own living room.
Yeah.
Lighting wasn't, I don't know nothing about lighting. I don't know nothing about nothing.
Yeah.
But I knew I had a vision. I knew Businesswoman Chronicles. I knew the chronicles my mom went through in business. I knew the chronicles that I was going through in business. Like you said, your own family would be like, she ain't doing my taxes. She charged too much. Not knowing H&R Block charge the same fees.
Yeah, exactly.
So experiencing that.
Yeah.
And so people don't want to talk about the chronicles that they experience in business. And I broke it down even further. Businesswoman Chronicles.
Right.
But I'm not a feminist, so I wanted men to come on the show and give us advice.
Absolutely.
On how to be better businesswomen.
And the crazy thing is, with women, like you said, women do make the world go round. It may be dominated by men, but women make the world go round. Without women, it's nothing. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna say one thing, okay? And I apologize. Women in an executive level have one thing in common, which is self confidence. They have a high self esteem. Okay.
Repeat.
Self confidence.
Yes.
They know, or not necessarily know, they actually they do. They do know they have the capability of influencing a person. Do you know how powerful influencing is? If you can influence any person, it doesn't have to be a man, woman, child, man, woman, whatever, a human being that has authority. If you can influence someone to do something and go your way, you could be the strongest, most beautiful, most active, the greatest woman in the world. I just don't know no other way to say it.
I'm about to pass
As a
out.
woman, if you could influence your husband, if you could influence your child to do something, it happens. If you're in sales and you could influence someone to say yes, you win. If you in business and you can influence the owner, your boss, or influence yourself on doing what you have to do to go your way, you win.
Ooh,
I mean,
you
that's
done
just
encouraged me. Oh, goodness.
I'm just saying. I mean, like that is the way. If you can influence people to vote for you as the president of the United States, you win. It's just I don't know. Influencing, the art of influencing is everything, and so I don't care if you're a woman, male, little girl, child, whatever. If you have a task and you know what you want to get done, and if you can influence someone to say, "Man, you're right, let's do it," man, you go far places.
That
go
you
very
just
far.
encouraged me, and
Well,
it takes like King David and stuff to them men that slay Goliath.
well,
to
I appreciate
to
it. I
that
just know I
influence.
know multi-million. I know women who are millionaires to this day, and I ask them how did they get there, and it was just literally being consistent on what they do and having the art to influence someone to say, "I believe in this person. Let's pay her."
Oh my god, I'm gonna get a little personal with you, and I don't give my heart to everybody. I'm gonna just probably give you a little inch of it.
Okay.
That concerns me. My influence concerns me. I don't say I'm scared of it, but it influenced me. When I even started a saying, everybody happy, and it just flowed around certain places I was at and offices I was at. I never looked at it as, oh, I'm influencing these people, or if I ask these people to do what I want to do, that they do. And I hate to admit it, but people do that. But I have no conscious effort that that's what I'm doing, if that makes any sense. And as you articulated what you just articulated, saying that's powerful to have that influence, I'm concerned if I do. I may see. I can't even say it
Spit
out
it
my
out. Let's
mouth.
go. Spit it out.
Because I'm nervous to say that. If I do have that influence or that power, I'm concerned and nervous about having that power. I'm nervous about having, I'm nervous about saying, okay, everybody, let's go here. And they really go and do it.
Right.
Tell my pumpkin, let's do this, or the man that I'm with,
Yeah.
baby, I want this, and it happens. That makes me very concerned and nervous because too much is given, much is required.
Correct.
And it's a lot of responsibility come with that.
You know
so
why?
That's what
Well, and it's good you said that. It's almost like a tier. So if you're influenced this part and they're doing what you want to do and you're nervous about it, say, man, that was easy. Maybe the next level influencing, you just haven't reached to the point where you're practicing for your influence. Maybe your real influence is not in front of you yet. There is something else that you have to get your way that you know for a fact that that's what you're built for. I mean, there is another level of influence. I mean, again, there's nothing wrong. But the ultimate goal is get someone to say yes to you. But if you feel like you have the art of influencing and you're nervous about, hey, I have the gift of gab because I could do a lot of these things. If it's that easy, make a bigger challenge.
I'm sick of him.
So what's next? so what's next?
Nervous.
That's the next question. What's next? If I can influence this, what else could I influence? Because obviously, I mean, you're not dead yet. You
Oh, I
have
sleep when I
there
don't.
is something in this world that you need to do. Everyone in this world, and they're alive for a reason. They have a cause. There's a purpose in life.
Mm.
You're still alive. So the fact that you're still alive and you have the art of influencing, if there is something that you still needs to get done, if there still needs to get done, you need to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and figure out what's the next level of influencing. It's an art.
Mm.
It's an art, because if we run out of people that have the art of influence, this whole world would just go. I mean, there's other countries would just take over this whole place. So the ultimate goal is to figure out what goals you have for yourself. What's next? Always ask yourself what's next, because there's no stomping ground. There's no stop. Oh, I completed. When I'm 80 years old and I'm still alive, I still
Got stuff
I
to
still have to
do.
do something. I'm serious. I
That's
mean, you
powerful.
gotta do what you have to do in life. If you're gonna stop and you think you got everything, even if you're a stay-at-home wife, you have multiple kids, and you don't do anything, you want to sit, that's a lot. Okay, I'm not gonna say there's not one stay-at-home mom. That's tough.
Shh. You working with no pay.
But what I'm saying is, even though you're a stay-at-home mom,
Yeah.
or even if you feel like, hey, there's nothing for me to do, there's something for you to do. There's the art of influencing. Is even if you have to exercise the right, start exercising now, because within time the kids are going to grow up and you still got your life. Then what?
Absolutely.
What's next?
What's next?
That's my biggest thing I want everyone to remember. You keep asking yourself, keep pushing, and tell yourself what's next.
What's next? Oh, that was a banger. That was a way to die down the show. I'm like, we're done. No, but oh, Kevin, I want to thank you so much. Yeah, he got me in my. Oh, I'm ready to go rule the
I'm
world.
just happy. I'm just happy that, because I do respect women from the bottom of my heart. I mean, I own a
Yes.
beauty supply, Unique Image Beauty Supply, and what I know about women, they do a lot in this world, and I commend you on what you're doing to help motivate women get to the next step to be an entrepreneur. You're doing a great job,
What's your
Talicia.
address to your store? They got to meet. Y'all meet me there Sunday. No, what's
My
your
address is 8010 Matlock Road, Suite 700, Unique Image Beauty Supply. I price match, I deliver, I have the products. It's no reason not to say no, not to say yes to me. Come see me.
Come see him. Come see him. And after you get your tax money, after I done your taxes, you go buy you some hair and then
Amen.
let Jay Styles put it in. Boom, boom. All right, you guys. Thank you again. Thank you for your time, because it
Absolutely.
is the highest commodity.
Absolutely.
And all right, we love you guys for tuning in onto the show. Again, Charles Bailey, I covered up my boobies. I hope you're happy. Everybody's happy.
Shout out to Charles, man.
He gonna be like, this woman crazy. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed weekend. We love y'all. Businesswoman Chronicles.
Peace.